lighting is a little weird. I am on the ground today. I'm actually going to inch you guys down a little bit. Bear with me. I'll just wiggle you down. And a little bit more. There. Good enough. All right. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me this little secret surprise live stream. And in case you aren't able to join me this evening, perfectly fine. This is a secret live stream for a friend. She is going to be on an anniversary trip here this next couple days. And I want to make her an anniversary present. So this is what we're going to do. This is a spray painting that I did. Whoops, yes, I am on the floor tonight. I did this back in 2022 before I moved to where I am now. And I've always felt that this spray painting isn't quite finished. I just don't know what it needs. Until I started asking my friend some questions, what her favorite colors were, what her husband's favorite colors were, and then I gave them a list of animals. They both chose the viper. So I went online, found my reference. This is a gaboon viper. I believe it is an Eastern Asian species that actually have this really neat double jaw. So not only does the bottom jaw separate, so that way it can pull its prey in, but it also has a second row of teeth where these ones back here, these ones I believe are the fangs, and these ones up front flex and like grab the prey and bring it in. But they both love reptiles, and I had to go with the skull. And I was thinking, with the inverted ferns here in the background, that's going to look really neat with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a reference the best that I can. And in pencil, sketch it out hopefully to size here on the canvas, and afterwards I'll go in with a with an alcohol marker. I'll darken it out, and then I will start painting. The painting will be next, not this upcoming Monday, but the Monday after that, maybe. This is their anniversary present, so I want to get it to them in a timely manner. Hi, thank you so much for joining me on the live stream. This was a secret surprise live stream, so it's a little bit of a short notice, but I'm glad you could join us. We are going to be eyeballing this gaboon viper skull onto my canvas here. This is a spray painting that I did a while ago, a couple years ago actually, and I thought it's going to make a great anniversary present for two awesome people. All right, so I'm gonna set my gaboon viper skull just a little bit up there, and we're gonna get started. Feel free to ask me questions in the comment section. I don't think you guys will be able to see the pencil marks while I'm sketching this out, but I will do my best to answer any questions you might have. Normally I do live streams on Mondays, but I will actually be house sitting for a couple days. So I will not be able to do this Monday's live stream, unfortunately. And I already said I would not be able to I would not be able to do the live stream for last Monday. So I kind of feel bad And that's where this little secret live stream comes into play. Just to kind of give you guys a little something when I'm not able to. Okay, I want to keep going up. Again, I will be answering comments in the comment box, so. Hello, Louisiana. Nice to have you here on the live stream. I am just getting started in making a anniversary gift for a couple of people. This is of a Gaboon Viper skull. Personally, I'm in love with it. All of the small details in there are just absolutely amazing. But knowing me, I ought to keep things as simple as I can. And once I'm happy with all of the pencil marks is when I will start to outline everything. And that's when you guys will be able to see it a little bit better. Maybe if I feel like I like the direction where this is all going and I feel like it's lining up really, really well, I will go ahead and kind of cement my lines. That way you guys can see a little bit of something. But man, who knew vipers had so many divots and ridges in their bones? Their skulls specifically. From the animals they had to choose from, I said giraffe, bird, viper, or buck. You know, pretty much the basics, although the giraffe one would be kind of out there and away from the typical skull art. I thought that'd be neat. Perhaps I'll do that one just for the fun of it. And then once I paint this, I'll definitely add lots and lots of detail. I'm just getting my lines down the best that I can. I don't know about you guys, but out here in Washington State, it is hot. It is hot in Topeka. Bonus points for those of you who understand that reference. Okay, you can kind of see a little bit of the pencil marks. Let's move you guys over here a little bit more. There you go. It's going to be a little bit easier in the lighter light. Okay, and this is where the teeth start curving backwards. Go all kinds of gnarly. I sure would hate to get bit by one of these. So, little fun fact. Gaboon vipers are one of the largest vipers here on planet Earth. They are not the longest, not by far, but they are the biggest. I believe they can, in the right conditions, get to be about 3 feet long and pretty thick from some of the ones that I've seen. Do I have a pencil sharpener? I don't think I need one. But on top of that, they also have a double jaw. So this is a separate pair of jaws right up here. Not only do they have multiple fangs, but these ones up front, there's a muscle that attaches to them, and that's what's able to bring the prey into their mouth, and then these are the ones here that deliver the venom. Personally, I think that's really cool. Definitely unique. Okay, let's start back over here. Oops, sorry. Is it gonna ruin it if I won't be able to make too many mistakes once I outline this, so I want to make sure things kind of line up. To the best of my ability, of course. Also got to make sure I have enough room. So this one will extend down here. We'll just kind of bring it back up. There's that notch, and then it drops out. Not too far though. Worst case scenario, this ends up becoming more of an abstract, and like you kind of get the idea of what it is, but it may not be anatomically correct. But this is my first time drawing a viper skull, so I think that warrants me a little bit of artistic freedom. You know? I think it would be a good idea to kind of mark as I go, just so I don't lose track of everything I've done so far. And then, let's see, we're gonna go pretty sharp right here. Start the second pair of jaws. And we've got tooth groove, and we'll come back here. And we'll start to separate the top jaw from the bottom. Do any of you own snakes in the comments? I'm curious. I mean, maybe you're just checking out live streams to check out what's going on, but I know quite a few people who have snakes, including the person who this will be going to, so I really hope she likes it. Okay. Let's see, this is the bottom because it goes up and then it turns into teeth. And this video will be in place of Monday's live stream, just because I won't be here. Okay, awesome. And then we just connect this back up to here. Oh, yep, look at that. I'm not even following my own lines. That's why I did it in pencil. Okay, little bumps here and there, and then we go up. Okay, Just going up. You know what? Might be better off not using pencil so much. Maybe. I already see some spots that are not lining up, but we'll just work it. Well, we'll work with it. Okay, and then we've got the big eye cavity here. And you guys are already out of frame. Here we go. I promise this will start to look clearer. I just might have to darken the lines, but it'll change once I add color. Okay, so let's add some recesses. Yep, this is going to end up being more abstract, but you know, I'm okay with that. Okay, this will be our eye cavity. A little bit here and there. And then Gaboon vipers actually have special scales. Sometimes they kind of look like rhinoceros horns. It's pretty cool. Whoops. There we go. Okay, 1 minute, everybody. I gotta let Miss Muffin in. She might make an appearance and say hello. Here's Miss Muffin. Alrighty, I'm back. I think as long as it's big enough right here to really see the fangs, I think this is going to be just fine. Hi, Beep Beeps. My nickname for my cat. Give this snake nice, long, pearly fangs. So I haven't done too much research on Gaboon vipers, but I'm pretty sure they can actually have multiple fangs, which is like scarily amazing, in my opinion. I mean, just imagine being bit by something not just once, but like 3 times. And they're like hardly chewing on you. Okay, so let's connect the fangs down here. Well, these are not fangs. That's right, this is the double jaw, so let's make that distinction and go down and go up. It might not end up looking like a double jaw, but I'll give it my best. 1 moment. There we go. I'm back. And then we've got another fang that comes down here. All kind of wonky. I won't keep all of the fangs perfect. And then I'll put the other guy right here. There we go. Yeah, I'd really hate to be bit by something like this. Are there gaboon vipers wherever you're at? I'd like to know. Have you seen any? I haven't. I'm not in the locale for them. And I'm glad. Although they're really like they'd rather not mess with you. And I don't think they have rattles like rattlesnakes, but they kind of have the same anatomy as a rattlesnake as far as body type, the size, how they're kind of pancaked out. Can I see the canvas? It looks nice. Of course. Let me zoom you guys out for a second. And my lighting is going to change. Surprise, surprise. This is a spray painting that I did a couple years ago. And for the longest time, I've felt it is not finished. There's just something else that, whoops. There we go. Let's try that again. I accidentally muted my own camera. But I just felt like there was something missing. Like I wasn't ready to call this done. And now I think I'm finally able to call it done once I get this viper skull finished. But yeah, this painting was a lot of fun to do. I really enjoyed it. I would do more like this with the ferns in the backgrounds. That's what these were, by the way. I plucked a fern from the property, laid it on top, and then I spray painted over the top of it. Totally worked far better than I ever anticipated. But I don't have ferns where I live now. They're the wrong type of fern. And I have gone to places like Joann Fabrics, the dollar store, or Michael's, even Hobby Lobby to find ferns, but they're all too stiff. And surprisingly, get this, some of the spray paint eats away at those fabrics. It blew my mind. The one time I tried to spray paint over a rose, like one of those little fabric roses, the spray paint literally ate through it. Dissolved it. So, yeah, choices are kind of limited right now. But it was an experience nonetheless. One I will definitely remember. Okay, we'll get my reference back over here. I don't think you guys will be able to see the reference just because positioning could be a little bit better. But we're working on it. I'll just do my best to keep you guys in focus to where my hand is. Hi, Muffin. What you doing? Just rubbing her face on my canvas. Thanks, Muffin. My cat. Everybody's got to have a supervisor. Okay, I'll do a little bit of shading right there, even though there really isn't any shading, but I'll just add some extra little cracks and crevices here and there. That artistic freedom. And what's a skull without cracks and chips? I don't think I've seen any art unless it's like super duper clean, where there are no cracks in the skull. Here we go, and we'll just add a few little shading lines here, just to remind me that it's recessed. That actually looks pretty darn good. So, let's see. Surprisingly, I do think the eye socket is hollow, but I can't be too certain. For that fact, let's just kind of keep the transparency going and add the second jaw, the second jaw right here. Muffin, what are you getting into? Maybe this guy's missing a tooth. Muffin, you weirdo. What are you doing? Cats are weird. And then, so this will be able to see through it. We need to add a nice little cap right there. We'll just build that up a little bit more. Because this right here is supposed to be see-through. And it looks like the fang is just kind of floating. Okay, so how are we doing? This is my reference. It's looking a little chaotic. I mean, there is more of the mass up here than there is down here. Oh, you know what? That's because we gotta fill in this bottom spot right here for the second half of the jaw. The other side of it, which I still need to complete. Okay, so yeah, we're not that far. We're not too far behind. Okay. Let's get jaw going back here. We'll start to bend. And then there's that interesting looking joint. That's supposed to line up with yeah, okay. This is like a puzzle. This is going to be fun to figure out. There we go. Then a little bit of ridge here and there. Okay, I better start. Where's the angle going down? It's just going down very smoothly. Because then we need to get the jaw, we need to get the teeth on the other side. Nice sloped. Okay, there you go. Bend you guys down a little bit. Might get a little bit harder to see the pen stripes, but and then we just kind of fade into the rest of the jaw. It gets a little bit thicker down here, rightly so. Oh, we got this gnarly snaggletooth action. This guy's not going to have perfect teeth. And I think that's going to make him even scarier. Okay, so while this is coming down, snakes' jaws are actually not fused in the center at all like ours are. To be able to take in large prey, they can actually not only unhinge the upper half of their jaws, but they can also separate the ones that are down here. I'm going to pull you guys out so you can see. There we go. What I'm working on. There we go. I think I actually like this position a lot better. And teeth kind of start to lean backwards. Really, really, really lean backwards. Almost exaggeratedly. Exaggeratedly? Yeah, that's a word. We'll start to get some to go inwards like this. There we go. Crazy wacky teeth. He hasn't been to the dentist in forever. I'll do a nice ridge right there, and this one has just a little shallow ridge right there. And then these guys get a little bit of an uplift. There we go. And that way we can add some more cracks, divots, and all such. Little hard to see, but now it's just adding some fine line details to remind me where I want the crevices to be, and adding in some more cracks and details. Also some natural contour to the bones, because some areas are not at all flat and smooth that I'm looking at here in the reference. And others just kind of feel right. Whoop. Hello. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm liking this a lot. Now, let's see what I can do as far as getting some color on there, just to help me map more things out, because I'm going to end up painting all of this red. So earlier I asked them what their favorite colors were. Her favorite color is, here we go, is purple, but his favorite color is red. So that's what we're going to do. And I think the red is actually going to be an excellent contrast to the colors that I already have. And a little test patch. Red is not going to show up on this canvas, unfortunately, not with these markers. But black worked. So I think I'm going to call it there. And perhaps for my next live stream, I will be going over this in red paint. And that way everybody can see it. And that's about time for my typical live streams. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. This was kind of a little pop-up surprise adventure, and you know, I feel like a lot of people are online at night. Maybe not for too much longer because school's right around the corner, but yeah, I quite like this a lot. Here is our finished Gaboon Viper skull. I am so excited to outline this and paint it red. Let me know in the comments if I should do a completely red skull and like dark red outlines and recesses and all of that to make it pop, or if I should just stick with a regular red outline. I want to know what you guys think. Alrighty, I won't be available this upcoming Monday, tomorrow, but I will keep you guys posted. Keep on the lookout for my Instagram channel, same name as my YouTube channel, Savvy Craftings, where I will be posting updates here and there. I don't think she follows me on Instagram. So if she doesn't, I will definitely be posting updates there. Okay, I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye for now.